In this video, I will show you a very simple opening that you can play against White's most popular response, e4. Here we are going to play the Scandinavian Defense d5, e takes d5. Now here, you generally recapture with the queen, which will lead to the main line. But here we will play knight to f6. This makes things easier for black. Here, the common responses are knight c3, there's also c4, and there's also d4, which is the best move here. If knight c3, then you can just take this pawn, and after he takes, you can recapture with the queen. And now your queen is active, and there's no knight here to play knight c3. Let's say plays d4, opening up his bishop. Knight c6 puts pressure on this pawn, so you can play knight f3. Then bishop g4 puts even more pressure. Bishop e2. Now here, if you try to take this knight, then he will capture your bishop, and after you take here he is going to play bishop takes knight. This is a very common trap in the Scandinavian defense. Therefore, you're not going to take. Instead, you are just going to long castle here. And then after he goes c3, defending this pawn, you can just go for e5. You take c5 seems like a natural response. Now you're not going to recapture. Instead, you play queen e4, discover attack on the queen. Queen b3, only safe square for the queen. Then you can just go for knight takes e5, putting pressure on the knight. And if he captures the knight, then you will checkmate him. And if he plays something like short castle, then his bishop is hanging. So you have to play something like bishop e3, blocking the spin and preparing to castle. But you are not going to let him castle. He play bishop c5, sacrificing the bishop. He takes the bishop, but then he will take the knight. And after he takes with the pawn, since his bishop is pinned, he played knight takes f3 check, king moves, then you give this check, hitting the king and the queen. King e1. Well, we are not going to take the queen, we are going to take the rook, and after he blocks, queen takes f1 is checkmate. So that's why playing knight c3 is quite bad, but it is the most common move here. How about c4, supporting this pawn? Then you have e6. This is a gambit line in the Scandinavian defense. After he takes, you take with the bishop. d4 seems like a strong option for white, but you have bishop e4 check. He blocks with the knight, then you just play knight to e4, immediately putting pressure on the knight. Bishop d2 seems like a natural response. If knight to e2, then you can just take this pawn with the bishop. Now you have regained the pawn and activated your bishops, which is bad for white. And if bishop d2, then this pawn becomes undefended, so you can take. And after knight f3, attacking the queen. Here you can play queen takes f2, checkmate. And finally, if you try something like queen to d3, then you can just put this bishop here, threatening discovered attacks. And black is winning here, because if he tries to move his queen here, pinning this knight, then you can castle here. And if you play something like f3 attacking the knight, then you can take. And after he takes, rook to e1, and he loses the queen. But what if here, he plays the best move d4? Then you can take this pawn with the queen, knight c3 attacks the queen, so queen a5, knight f3. Now we have entered the normal Scandinavian defense, c6, opening up this diagonal for the queen. In case he plays bishop d2, then bishop c4 develops the bishop, bishop f5, then you castle here, and after that you play knight d7. Knight h4 hits the bishop, but then you will play bishop g6. In case he takes, you will take with this pawn, opening up the rook, and this queen can come here anytime, and you can long castle here and lose your pawn storm here. And this is going to be a good game for black here. Now you can easily counter white's popular response e4. And if you want to learn some more amazing chess openings, then you can check out this playlist. And if you want to learn some chess traps, then you can check out this right playlist. And if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos, then don't forget to subscribe.